Hello everyone! In this video I'm going for the first time show you all how I paint a Spanish Musketeer for Pike Shotte, the 30 Years' War. So let's do this! First step I do is paint his jacket with Iraqi Sand. Jacket or buff coat. I'm using a medium regiment brush from Army Painter. Any medium brush will do fine. I'm starting to paint from the center and outwards. And then I'm painting his pants, his trousers, with German extra dark green. And after that I'm going to paint his leather straps pouches with leather brown. And then it's time to paint his shoes with chocolate brown and his musket rest, and of course his muskets and his hat. And then I'm going to paint the metal parts with the black on his musket rest and on his musket, and of course his sword. And then it's time to paint his socks. I use London grey, and also his shirt that's sticking out from the jacket. And then I'm gonna paint the details on his uniform, the small details between trousers and pants with black red, and on his arms, on his jacket, and on the shoulder. And there we go. That's the first base coating. And now it's time for shading. I'm going to start shade his jacket with Seraphim Sepia. And it's only the jacket. Try not to get this on other part of the model, especially not the face or his hands. And then I'm going to shade the entire model with Agrax Earthshade except the jacket, hands and face. So just every other part on the model I'm using Agrax Earthshade. I shaded the entire model and blocked in all the colors. It needs to dry for 50 minutes, so go and get a cup of coffee or just enjoy life. Now it's time to build up the layers. For this I'm going to use a small detail brush, and I'm starting with the pants, German extra dark green, the same color I used in the beginning. And next is I'm going up one layer higher with the German extra dark green 50% and German camouflage bright green 50%. Only painting on the small raised areas. Last step is a final highlight. This is optional. It's buff 50% and German camo bright green 85%. Be careful with this so you do not paint too much. And now I'm going back to paint the jacket, the buff coat, with Iraqi Sand. Only on the raised part on the jacket. Nice and easy. Trying to build up the light on the raised part of the jacket. And then I'm using the final highlight on the jacket, the color buff. And again, be careful not to paint too much. And now it's time to start painting his leather straps and his pouches. For that I'm using Sable Brown as the final highlight. Now the red details on his jacket going to be Mephiston Red. And of course the details next to his socks and pants. And while I let the red dry, I paint the socks with sky grey and also the shirt. And back to the red details. The last final detail on the reds are Evil Sunz Scarlet. Now I'm going up a layer with the color off-white on his socks and his shirt. And a final touch with the color white on his shirt and his socks. And now I'm moving to the color Beige Brown for his musket rest and his musket, and of course his boots, and the last his hat. On the hat I'm going to paint a black ribbon that I'm going to highlight with London Grey. And at last I'm doing the metal parts with gunmetal, only on the high parts, leaving the black areas. And now a small detail, I'm putting black stripes on his arms. This is optional, you could leave it out, but I did it. And then I'm putting null oil shade on his metal parts, and on the metal parts the final touch up with the highlight of gunmetal. And now the Musketeer is completed, it's done. To get inspiration of painting Spanish Musketeers, I would suggest you watch the movie Al Triste. There's so many good things to get inspiration for that movie. And here it is, my Spanish Musketeer for the 30 Years' War, ready for the gaming table. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and goodbye.